What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the Heat Report. And the Miami Heat have just finished off a win against the San Antonio Spurs, and I'm here to talk all about it and hear your reactions in the comment section down below. So make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below what you guys have thought about this performance against the Spurs. Lot of talking points, so let's get right into it, guys. The Miami Heat have just beaten the Spurs, and I thought it was a good performance. I thought there were some times where it was kind of getting a little bit concerning. The Spurs went on their little runs, and that's when I was like, here come the Spurs, especially in that second quarter. They couldn't miss, and we did a really good job of withstanding a lot of their runs and coming back stronger. I thought we closed out the game really well, especially on the defensive end. I know DeJounte Murray hit some tough shots and Rudy Gay hit some tough shots, but I overall think I was very impressed with a lot of these aspects of our performance. And let's get right into it. So off the bat, Jimmy Butler had a great game, 29, 8, and 6, getting MVP chance, timely buckets, drawing fouls and ones, everything. Jimmy Butler was in his bag early and late. In the first quarter, I haven't seen a Jimmy Butler this aggressive in the first quarter in a long time, because he usually waits until the third quarter to do his damage, and he mostly did his damage in the first and the fourth quarter, which are the two most important quarters in basketball, the start and the finish. And Jimmy Butler did everything we needed to do, everything we needed him to do, and he did an amazing job. Bam. Apart from a couple of offensive rebounds he let Jakob Poeltl get, I thought he completely owned that matchup. He had him in foul trouble, completely destroyed him on the poster. I don't know what he was doing trying to jump. We've already seen Bam has postered so many people this year. It's just like whenever he posters someone else, it's like a daily routine. Like, another game comes by, Bam gets another poster. So Jakob Poeltl, yeah, sorry, my guy, but you completely got obliterated by Bam. But I thought, in all seriousness, I thought he had a really good game. I thought he played aggressive. There were some times, like I said, where he got out-rebounded, and some other times where he was out of control a little bit. But apart from those couple of blemishes, I thought he was really good. Kendrick Nunn, amazing performance in his comeback. At sometimes it just felt like everything he was shooting was going in. Like I said, in that first quarter, he came out aggressive. I'd love to see him attack the rims a little bit more. I love that pull-up mid-range shot. But he gets that because the defense knows how good he is attacking the rim, so they're willing to give him that space. So I do want to see, once the defenses start stepping up onto those mid-range shots and those three-point shots, he's gonna have to go back into the rim. And whenever he was driving into the rim, at the rim, he was making a lot of great plays. So we really need to see that from Kendrick Nunn a little bit more. But I loved his overall game. I thought his defensively, he was really good. Duncan, I thought actually really improved his defensive game. This game, I thought he played some great defense. I don't know about you guys, but there was a couple of possessions where he was switched onto DeJounte Murray and he did his thing. Sadly, he couldn't really play that much because in the fourth quarter, he was in foul trouble. Some questionable calls against him. We're not going to get into that. The referees, we all know about the referees. He just didn't make his threes, but like I said, I keep saying this about Duncan. Everyone's talking about why I like Duncan so much. Duncan Robinson, when he makes his threes, is a valuable asset, but even when he's just on the floor, is also a valuable asset, because teams defend us a lot more differently when Duncan Robinson is on the floor than when he's not, because Duncan Robinson, he just brings something to him that teams have to respect. You have to respect Duncan Robinson when he's out there on the floor, because he's a lights out shooter. So it opens up so much from everyone else, and you can see that from our offensive rating when he's on the floor and when he's not. If I'm not mistaken, our offensive rating when he's on the floor is like 113 or 118, something like that, and when he's not, it's like 98. So it's almost a 20-point difference with Duncan Robinson being on versus off the floor. The bench at first was a little bit iffy, but Dwayne Dedmon came to play. Still so surprised that this dude didn't even get signed until when we signed him, because he's been getting quality minutes. He was doing some Kareem Abdul-Jabbar like hooks and everything. Rebounding the ball. There was some stretches where we weren't getting anything going. He had a poster and then he had a block. Unfortunately, that led to an and one, but that effort was there. He looked like the only player along with Jimmy who wanted it. You know, you could see the frustration, you could see the heart. Dwayne Dedmon, already a Heat legend with the way he's playing right now, man. Obviously, I'm joking, but Dwayne Dedmon, amazing performance by Dwayne Dedmon. I really like what he brought to us. Is by far, in my opinion, his best game in a Heat uniform. Yeah, Dwayne Dedmon, what a performance. Goran Dragic, I thought started off a little bit slow, but I thought he really settled into the game. Hit a couple big threes, had his 7 assists, which if I'm not mistaken, he's very close to passing Mario Chalmers on the all-time Heat assist list. I don't know if he did that tonight or not, but they were showing the graphic, and I don't know if those 7 assists were enough, but regardless, he was a really good, really big factor. Him and Dwayne Dedmon had all our bench points, which is kind of concerning, but in a way, but it's also like expected because Iguodala is not going to score and Gabe Vincent only got 5 minutes, so we really just ran an 8-man rotation tonight. Another thing I saw, I don't know if you guys saw Victor Oladipo on the bench, in like Heat gear, like the same gear that people wear when they're like injured, but they're not like injured. Like, you know what? Like Tyler was wearing the same, like it was like a t-shirt. Usually when players are injured for like a long period of time, they wear suits. So I don't want to speculate and say he's coming back soon, but it was just at least a good sign to see him. You know, but I think this is the first time I've seen him like on the bench since he's been injured. He's usually been at, I don't think I've even seen him like on the bench at all. So it was good to see Vic. I thought, you know, just him being there is a positivity for me. Trevor didn't have the best shooting game. Hit a big 3, I think. But his defense is always there, plus minus everything else from Trevor was there. Yeah, great performance overall. Andre off the bench. You know Andre Iguodala. He's not a scorer, but he does everything you need to do for a guy who's gonna be a Swiss Army knife on the defensive end, close out the game, be a secondary playmaker. Everything from Andre we asked and we expected from. He delivered. I don't even think Andre took a shot, which is fine, but he did everything else we needed him to do. And yeah, I thought as a team, I was really impressed by our rebounding. I'm very impressed by our rebounding. I thought our rebounding, we out-rebounded the Spurs by 8. I'm looking at the stats right now. We rarely out-rebound teams, so the fact that we out-rebounded the Spurs by 8 is amazing, and it really felt that way. And the thing about this is, guys, we have to get used to the switching because Bam is going to be switching a lot of pick and rolls. I don't know why, but he is, because that's been our philosophy since last year. You know, even last season, Bam was switching, and we were switching almost everything. We just crashed the glass tonight in a way that we didn't do in the past 3 games. The effort on the glass, the commitment to getting rebounds was something that I haven't really seen in these last 3 games against the Bulls, and I forgot who else we played. But in these last 3 games, I'm pretty sure we've got out-rebounded by 10 in each one of those games, and the fact that we committed so much to rebounding the ball was very pleasing to me. You know, it looks like these players are starting to care about the rebounds. It was a collective effort. It wasn't one guy hogging the boards, but when Bam is on the perimeter, the whole team is going to have to box out and crash the glass. And that's what we did tonight. So I'm very impressed with the team's rebounding effort. I think that's going to be very crucial going forward, especially with this switching philosophy. Unfortunately, we picked a bad night to win on because the Celtics won. Well, the Hornets did lose, but the Celtics won, so we are still the 7th seed. The Hawks did lose to the Sixers, but the Knicks beat the Bulls, so the Knicks have also, you know, kept their advantage over us. So as far as the standings goes, nothing really changed, but we're still neck and neck with Boston. The good thing about this is that we get to determine our own destiny, right? As far as whether we're going to be in the play-in or not. Because we played Boston twice. Those are going to be huge games. And whether we turn up or not, it's going to be on us, because those two games are going to be massive. I don't think people are talking about those games, probably because they're far away, but the Boston Celtics and us are right now have the same record. I think they just have the tiebreaker because they've won against us already. So not only is it huge for the seeding, but it's also huge for the tiebreaker, because if we have the same record, if we end up with the same record, and if they have more wins than us, then over them, then they're going to be ahead of us because they beat us twice. But if we beat them twice in these next 2 games against them, I'll be very, very happy, because not only are we knocking down 2 wins from their record, we're giving them 2 losses, we're increasing 2 losses to our record, and if there's a chance that we somehow end up with the same record even after all that, we still have the tiebreak. So those 2 games against the Celtics are going to be huge, but that's a ways away. We play the Cavs next on Saturday. Should be a straightforward win considering the games that we've had against the Cavs. We've blown them out twice, but you never know with this Heat team. Anything can happen. You don't know what team's going to turn up, but we should be able to beat the Cavs, and then we play the Hornets on a back-to-back on Sunday. So hopefully we get the job done on both those games, because then we have games like the Mavericks, the Sixers, the Bucks, and the Celtics twice. So those games are going to be tough. So we got to take care of business on these games. But I really, really loved the effort tonight. I think that was the main thing. The effort was great. Let's finally finish off with the question of the day. This comes from Kevin. Kevin, I don't know how to pronounce your last name, bro, but shout out to you. It starts with an A, so you probably know who you are. And he asked one question: why the Miami Heat overpaid Goran Dragic for no reason. This was something that a lot of people mentioned, not only to me but like everywhere when Goran Dragic was having his slumps. Why did we pay this guy 17 mil? I'm pretty sure it's because, number one, the second year is a team option. So if we want to bring him back, he's not going to want that much money, hopefully, because we're paying him a boatload of money this year. Second of all, we probably thought that he was going to continue what he did in the playoffs for us. And yeah, I think, in hindsight, 17 million is a lot of money, and it definitely was an overpay. But I don't think it's the end of the world, because we can always either let him go or restructure that deal. And the way that Duncan Robinson, Kendrick Nunn are playing right now, they both are also free agents. I would, in my mind, the priority in free agency is probably Goran Dragic last out of those 3 guards. I think Kendrick Nunn and Duncan Robinson need to be the priority over Goran Dragic. And Victor Oladipo is something that we're not even talking about, because he's a free agent and he's unrestricted. Kendrick Nunn and Duncan Robinson are restricted. So even if a team offers him something, we can match. Victor Oladipo, we got to figure something out with him, because we don't want to be sitting here looking stupid because he leaves us in free agency, which I don't think he will. But if we lowball him with an offer, he might dip. So we have to figure out the guard situation. But as far as why we paid him so much this year, I just think it's because we didn't want to pay him that much next year. I really do think that they front loaded the contract so much that he would be willing to take a massive pay cut if we restructured the team option next year, or we can just let him go. So thankfully it's not like a guaranteed contract for the second year, which was smart by the Heat. But yeah, hopefully that answers your question, my guy. If you guys have any questions, like I said, question of the day, put that in the comments below. And yeah, shout out to all of you guys for getting me to 400, getting this channel to 400. This is not only for me, but it's for you guys too. You guys have this is all because of you guys, right? I'm just making the videos, and hopefully, y'all like them. So leave a like and subscribe as always, man, and comment down below what you guys thought about this performance and what you guys are thinking about the future as far as these next 9 games. So yeah, I'll see you guys later as always, man. Get your comments in, get your questions in. Peace.